Superfine MasterCard.
Welcome back to the first ever Angling Masters. 328 acres of glorious Buckinghamshire countryside is the daunting prospect that faces our anglers. They can fish on 2.5 miles of river and 9 of the 10 lakes that comprise the venue. Park Farm 1, Linford 1, Black Horse and Arboretum are specialist big fish waters where bites can be scarce. Alder's a big carp lake. Poplar and Redhouse hold carp and tench, whilst Rockler is home to some huge bream. Most of our species can be caught in the river pool, but it's a devil to fish. Chub, roach and perch flourish all along the river, with barbel towards Havisham Weir. We've got our first action in the Angling Masters. Stuart Henshaw's into a big one at Rockler. Can't quite see what it is, but those big swirls are giving the game away. It could be a tench. Oh, no, it's a bream.
Sharp, I think, see? Brilliant, bream.
That is the first ever fish in the Angling Masters. He's picked a spot close to the car park and it's turned into a flyer. On other parts of the fishery, anglers are still tackling up. King of Clubs champ Damien Bracken on Park Farm 2 is paying special attention to his ground bait, but he's hoping for a carp. Andy Dixon qualified by catching a monster 610 chub, setting up a float rod at Redhouse hoping for tench. That's Chris Berry at Alder taking on some fuel for the long haul ahead. He's got 2 rods out and there's already fish moving in his swim. Most of the aces have set up on the river. Kevin Colston-Isles, who got to the final by virtue of a 15-3 barbel, is lashing in the hemp. Angling journalist Bob Roberts has been true to his game plan. Both he and Andy Jennings look to be settled for the night. Andy's having no luck at the moment, but he and the others on the river know exactly what they're after.
If you get a barbel, you're going to get 25 points. So I don't think we'll be... There might be 1 or 2 barbel, but if you get a barbel, you've really good points. So that's what I've come for.
Park Farm 2 Lake is the venue for the match on day 3. It's stuffed with fish, especially carp. Steve Ball's there now. He qualified by catching a big chub, and that isn't a chub that he's got on his hook. Looks like it's already been in the weed a time or two and doesn't want to go in that landing net. Bit of side strain, there's a big weed bed on his left, and that is a carp. I don't think our helicopter's doing them any favours. Fish are very sensitive to sound, and if that goes overhead, the fish is going to dive. It's in the net.
Thank you.
So Steve's off the mark.
Nice one.
It's a very good start, to say the least. There's obviously bigger ones in here, and it's early days yet. We don't know anyone else has caught yet, no one really does, so we live in hope.
Steve Briggs isn't hanging about. I think he's in love.
Very pleased to see you. Yes, pet. Yes. Let's hope there's a few more like him.
That was him earlier with a mirror carp. I reckon he stayed on Poplar looking for a common.
Oh, that's lovely. Spooked another carp in there as well.
Tim Hodges is risking it on Arboretum.
In reality, all I want to try and do is qualify to fish the final match. Be nice just to feature, you know, in the match as such, rather than being also ran.
Now, Steve Micklewhite may have bought £10,000 worth of gear with him, but none of it's more important than his mascot. And it looks like Davina's done the trick. Have we got another fish at Rockler?
It's gone.
He's certainly taking his time with it. There's a lot of weed about and, well, it could be a fish. It could be swimming towards him.
Don't believe it.
No, it's definitely gone.
Lost my first fish on camera.
One of the striking features of this event is that the anglers can choose where they want to fish. This suits specialist anglers such as big tench hunter Dave Saunders. He's picked a comfortable spot on Rockler Lake, but has he caught anything?
Nothing at all, nothing at all. The odd little nibble, sort of a polite inquiry more than a bite. I'm after roach and perch. Really, of any size, just to get on the knockerel, really.
So, no luck for Dave, but others are caught. There's Mark Shaw with a bream. And there's Bob Roberts with a perch. And there's Andy Dixon with, well, it's something. There's Andy Baldwin with another perch. And Chris Berry with a real fish. That's a carp and a half. After a promising opening day, we're into our first night of fishing. It's going to be a long night, so any company's welcome. Some of the lads are grabbing a spot of shut-eye, given half a chance.
Rockler to control.
Alec here, control.
Yeah, fish caught, 14 pounds, 5 ounces, common carp. Is this okay?
Can you give me the contestant number and water, please?
It's Rockler Lake, and the number is 6.
Thank you, over and out.
There she is.
Well, that's an impressive fish. What does he weigh?
14.5.
14.5, so that'll be the... On the first night, that's the biggest common we've heard reported so far.
Good. There's a long way to go yet, though, King.
There's a long way to go, but you'd settle for that right now, wouldn't you?
I'm very pleased with that right now, having lost one earlier in front of the cameras.
All right, can you check this with me?
I'll get it on camera.
To the river, a special fish for Martin Clark.
5.15. 5.15.
Yes, in the money.
There you go.
Let's have another look. My first barbel.
Is it?
My first ever barbel. I'd like to come back and catch a bigger one, that's for sure. That's a cracker, isn't it? Well, that's a cracker, isn't it?